Well, folks, it seems even your tax dollars have been living a secret double life. Just last week, a congressional hearing threw a spotlight onto some pretty unsettling activities, and the stars of the show, USAID, the seemingly innocuous aid agency, and surprise, surprise, the US military. Now, you might be thinking, John, this sounds like the plot of a bad Tom Clancy novel, and you know what? You'd be half right. The hearing focused on allegations of disinformation campaigns, destabilization efforts, and a whole lot of shady dealings. We're talking about accusations of using social media to manipulate public opinion, stirring up unrest in foreign countries, and even potentially playing a role in those totally organic job fairs near disgruntled workers. This isn't just some bureaucratic blunder, people. These are serious accusations with potentially global consequences. And if that wasn't enough to make your head spin, the hearing also brought to light a curious fact. USAID funding, which saw cuts under the previous administration, is back with a vengeance. Why now? What's changed? These are just some of the questions swirling around this increasingly murky situation. Buckle up, folks, because this is one rabbit hole you're going to want to follow to the very end. Let's start with USAID. The agency's mission statement talks a big game about promoting democracy and fighting poverty. Admirable goals, no doubt. But some folks in Congress are starting to wonder if USAID's actions are straying a little too far from that feel-good mission statement. At the heart of the controversy is the allegation that USAID has been operating with a shocking lack of transparency. Where's the money going? Who's calling the shots? And are those shots aimed at actually helping people, or are they part of some covert destabilization campaign? These are questions that, frankly, deserve answers. Adding fuel to the fire is the testimony of Mike Benz, a former State Department employee who dropped a bombshell by claiming that USAID has been actively involved in efforts to destabilize foreign nations. Benz alleges that this included everything from propaganda campaigns to, and I can't stress this enough, potentially inciting race riots. Now, these are just allegations at this point, but if even half of them are true, we're talking about a serious breach of trust. But wait, there's more. Remember that 2021 Special Operations Command Manual I mentioned earlier? The one that allegedly outlined how the military could work with intelligence agencies to, shall we say, influence events in other countries. Yeah, that little gem came up in the hearing too. The manual, reportedly approved by General Mark Milley himself, allegedly contained instructions on using everything from social media manipulation to, you guessed it, those strategically placed job fairs to sow discord and undermine governments. Now, the military hasn't exactly confirmed or denied the existence of this manual, which, let's be honest, is about as reassuring as a shark wearing a life vest. And what does Congress have to say about all of this? Well, they're not exactly thrilled. Lawmakers from both sides of the aisle expressed serious concerns about the lack of oversight and accountability surrounding these alleged activities. After all, these are taxpayer-funded operations we're talking about. Don't the American people deserve to know how their money is being spent, especially when it comes to something as sensitive as covert operations and international relations? Look, I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I don't spend my days wearing a tinfoil hat and muttering about the Illuminati, but even I have to admit this whole situation stinks worse than a week-old tuna sandwich. We're talking about potential abuses of power, a blatant disregard for transparency, and the possibility that our government is engaging in some seriously shady stuff. The good news is this is just the beginning. The hearing may be over, but the fight for answers is far from finished. Lawmakers are demanding a full investigation, and you can bet your bottom dollar that journalists and watchdog groups are already digging deeper. This isn't just about USAID or the military. This is about holding our government accountable, about ensuring that our tax dollars are being used responsibly, and about protecting the very ideals of democracy that we claim to uphold. So stay tuned, folks. This story is far from over.